Alright, hello. Today we're going to paint our tiger. Now, first things first, double check to make sure that you traced everything with your oil pastel, and it really does help to make sure that the lines are nice and dark and not see-through. You're more than welcome to use the oil pastel too to color on the mouth or the nose if you would like those areas black too. I'm going to do my nose a slightly different color though. So then next, once you have it all traced, is you grab your watercolor set, and you need to remember from last time that for these to work, we need to begin by giving them each a little puddle of water. Remember, this is not the type of paint that we dip and scoop out the colors. We just instead create a little puddle that we dip our brush into. Now I'm going to mainly just work with my red, orange, and yellow. You're more than welcome to use just the plain orange for your tiger, but I'm going to show you how to create a few different values of orange because I like to use a light, dark, and kind of medium. Alright, and I also like to keep a paper towel by me to dry off my brush in between colors. Now, some of us might remember that when we work with watercolors and oil pastels, they do kind of a cool trick. If it is done correctly, anywhere that I have this black oil pastel, my watercolors will not be able to go. It's just going to kind of push them away. So that might make it a little easier for us to do our coloring. Now remember, we can also use this little tray here to make new colors. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of orange on here right away. And I'm going to also add a little bit of yellow. Now there's a couple ways you can make these colors brighter or darker without adding another color to it. And that's simply by just using the water. More watered down colors will look lighter. The more you go over a color, the darker it will get too. So let's go ahead and begin with these. So now I'm going to just start painting it on. So in order to get these colors more vibrant, I just need to continue to go over it and just dip back in my puddle. And see, I want to take my time, but again, because of that little trick with the oil pastels, I can just paint right over things and my lines should reappear. Let's try to get some of that lighter orange in there too, maybe. So you can see you just want to kind of take your time to go around the tiger's face. Feel free to kind of mix in some darker orange and some lighter orange, because the tiger's fur is not just one color of orange. There's some spots that might look brighter than others, and so on. Ooh, maybe since my tiger's gonna be really mad, maybe I'll use a little bit of red even, kind of in here by its cheeks, like its face is getting really angry. You are the artist, so you play around with these colors. You can kind of mix them on your paper as you go too. There's really no right or wrong way to apply this color. Be on the lookout though, if you get too much water in a spot, you'll notice these little pieces of your paper coming off. And that tells you that you just need to let that area dry for a little bit. So keep your eyes open for that. But there you have it, I'm halfway done, so I'll continue to use my watercolors, always adding more water to these puddles as they disappear until I get my whole thing filled up. And then remember, going back to the mixing tray there, let's kind of do one more mix here. And I want pink for my nose. Put a little bit of white in there, clean off my brush, dry it off, and then I can take a little bit of red too. And maybe I can make a nice pink nose. There you go. That's kind of cool right there. So I'm going to continue finishing up my tiger here, and when I'm all complete, I'm going to go put it on the drying rack. And then just like last time, I want to make sure that I take a paper towel, clean off my mixing tray the best that I can, carefully set this back on top, remembering to carry it nice and flat back to the table so my drips don't spill. And then I want to clean my brush out, making sure I do that hand test before I return it. Okay? Have fun and see what you can do.